The Stanley Cup, hockey's holy grail. Symbolic for the ultimate pain and sacrifice NHL players put forth for the mere chance to raise it above their heads in triumph. Springtime in New York City. For many, a change in scenery and perhaps the weather. For the New York Rangers and their diehard fans, it's much more about becoming playoff time. "2014 marks the fourth consecutive year that the team has qualified for the postseason, the eighth spring in the last 9 that the Rangers have played for Lord Stanley's Cup. In round 1, the Rangers will face the Philadelphia Flyers. It's a notorious rivalry that dates back to some great series in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. Since the Flyers defeated the Rangers back in the 1997 Eastern Conference Finals, this matchup has remained dormant until now. With New York earning home ice advantage, they'll look to utilize their home crowd and gain an early lead in this series. The Rangers, of course, will turn to their backbone, all-world goaltender Henrik Lundqvist, who thrives on the big stage of the postseason. Also under the microscope, Martin St. Louis. With just 1 goal in the last 19 regular season games since being acquired at the trade deadline, he'll look to come alive in the postseason. On the Flyers side, an undisclosed injury to starting goaltender Steve Mason leaves the team to shift its trust to backup Ray Emery. With the Flyers leading early in Game 1 by the score of 1-0, Matt Zuccarello hops on his own rebound and puts it past Emery to even the score at 1 apiece. Jason Atkison's third-period high stick on Carl Hagelin draws a double minor, and the Rangers capitalize twice on the power play to close out the first game with a 4-1 victory.
We knew coming in what to expect, and I thought for the most part we executed fairly well. We got out of our end pretty quickly, and we were able to spend quite a bit of time in their end. Tomorrow we're going to regroup and re-energize, and we're going to get ready for Sunday. And we've only won 1 game.
With 2 full days before Game 2, both teams are back on the ice at Madison Square Garden to prepare.
What do you expect at the start of Game 2 from them?
Well, I think the Flyers play the same way no matter what, and I think they're going to come out and it's going to be another intense game, and I think emotions will fly early, and we just got to make sure that we keep ours in check.
As series go on, as playoffs go on, you want to get better and better, and we'll look to improve. I'm sure they will too, and it'll keep getting amped up as far as farther into the series we go.
The Rangers will try and make it 2 in a row and create a healthy series lead. The Flyers, meanwhile, will try and figure out their goalie situation and attempt to split the games in New York and give them home ice advantage before heading back to Philadelphia. Easter Sunday, as the Blue Shirt faithful pile into the Garden, the Rangers jump out to an early 2-0 lead from nearly identical goals by Martin St. Louis and Benoit Pouliot. However, their lead proves to be short-lived as Philadelphia climbs back to win the game 4-2 and even the series at a game apiece.
Like in game one, we spent a lot of time in their zone and wore them down, and I don't think we did that enough in game two. And get back to moving our feet on the forecheck, getting pucks behind their D, and simplifying a little bit. But we believe in ourselves here, and we believe in each other.
The Rangers will take a day to refocus as they hit the road, heading into hostile territory down in Philadelphia. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Much like New York, the city of brotherly love resembles a historic and also iconic identity. The morning of game number 3, the Rangers take to the ice at the Wells Fargo Center for their morning skate. It's familiar territory for one blue shirt in particular, rugged winger Daniel Carcillo, who just a few short seasons ago was released by the Flyers. For him, this is an opportunity for redemption.
If Carcillo does play, what does he bring to your lineup?
Dan's an experienced player. I mean, he brings energy to a team. He's a hard, smart player. He goes to the tough areas, and when he has an opportunity to lay a good physical hit, he does that. And he's, with him in our lineup this year, we've had a very good record.
From the first puck drop in Game 3, the former Flyer wastes little time in getting reacquainted with his old team. The Rangers are able to play their game, and they grab a 3-1 lead through 2 periods of Game 3. Henrik Lundqvist tops 31 of 32 shots, and the team's final goal to solidify the win is scored by none other than Daniel Carcillo.
Is there any special satisfaction doing it against this team and in this building?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I played here. I know people on that other side, and when you don't get qualified by a team, it basically means they don't want you. So to come back and score a big goal, and the 2 points is huge. We need to get home ice back, and that's what we did.
Back in Philadelphia 3 short days later, the Rangers have a chance to put a stranglehold on the series if they can grab a Game 4 win. Things look good early on for the Blue Shirts as Dominic Moore scores on a wraparound to give the Rangers a 1-0 lead. However, recently recovered Steve Mason finds his comfort zone and shuts the Rangers down the rest of the way as the Flyers rally on a home ice and even the series at 2 games apiece with a 2-1 victory.
For the most part, I mean, this was pretty good hockey, and both teams competed real hard. We had some real good looks in the first period. Both teams weren't giving up much. I mean, there was a lot of puck possession time, but there weren't a lot of real good scoring chances, and that's what playoff hockey is about.
The series has now become a best of 3, and with 2 of those games on New York ice, the Rangers look at Game 5 as a must-win. Leading 2-0 midway through the second period, Dominic Moore strikes again, taking the puck away from the Philly defense and firing it past Steve Mason for his second goal in the past 2 games. The Rangers take Game 5 by the score of 4-2, and that leaves them just 1 win away from advancing to the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
What do you think will be the important elements that you want to carry forward?
Well, right now it's going to be just kind of the mindset and how we approach the game. As we get into tomorrow, we'll kind of watch the game again and see kind of more specifically what it is we'll do. But I think right now it's just it was a good win tonight, and we got to come with the mindset again for Game 6.
As the team journeys back to Philadelphia one last time, they'll look to close this series out in 6 games. That's a feat they've struggled with in recent past, the inability to finish teams off and avoid a decisive Game 7. In quest for the series win, eyes are on perhaps the unsung hero for the Rangers, and that's head coach Alain Vigneault. All 3 blue shirt victories in this series so far have been with the assistance from key coaching moves that AV has set in motion. Vigneault decided to play rookie Jesper Fast in Game 1, and Fast recorded an assist. Daniel Carcillo dressed in Game 3, and he scored a goal. And then JT Miller was inserted into Game 5, and he picked up an assist. However, Game 6 is a lopsided affair in favor of the Flyers as Wayne Simmons scores a hat trick and Steve Mason is a stone wall. The Rangers lose 5-2, and the Flyers have tied the series for the 3rd straight time, forcing yet another do-or-die Game 7 at Madison Square Garden.
You got to go out and try to win a game. Winner goes on, loser goes home. So we just got to focus, get up in the morning, get excited, get up for it, and try to win a game.
The next morning, echoes of an empty Madison Square Garden await what is sure to be an epic battle that will conclude this hard-fought first-round series. The New York Rangers, 5-0 all-time in Game 7s on home ice. But can they recover quickly from an ugly loss less than 24 hours earlier? The Philadelphia Flyers have overcome and defied odds all season, but can they surpass the surging energy that will be up against them with the blue shirt faithful rallying behind the home team? It's a rainy stage outside, perhaps symbolic of the storm about to take place on the Madison Square Garden ice. Scoreless first period leaves both goaltenders very little margin for error. In the second period, a pretty pass from Matt Zuccarello sets up Daniel Carcillo to put the Rangers on the board first. Benoit Pouliot follows shortly thereafter, scoring on a one-timer, and the Rangers have a 2-0 lead. Flyers close within 1 in the third period. However, the stellar goaltending of Henrik Lundqvist and the intensity from the Garden faithful hold the Flyers at bay. The Rangers have shown their Game 7 magic yet again. They've defeated the Flyers 2-1, and they're advancing to the second round of the playoffs.
To play Game 7 at home and to win, that was the inspiration at the same time. So you want to go out there today and try to play as good as you can. I think we were the better team. We pushed the pace in almost every game, and we definitely earned this one. It is a big battle to go to 7 games, emotionally for sure, but also physically. So tomorrow it's extremely important to just do the right things and relax and get the body ready for the next round. But I think the biggest thing is mental, to just regroup and start over again.
This first round matchup between New York and Philadelphia was full of thrills and drama. A hard-fought series that reminds us no lead is safe, and home ice advantage in the Stanley Cup playoffs can certainly play a significant role. The road to the Stanley Cup for the Rangers is far from over. Now the Blue Shirts will get set and prepare for an even more dangerous Pittsburgh Penguin team in round number 2.